live up till I'm on top.
Yo,
yeah.
no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality, is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized, we out here making posters. And we ain't got nothing to hide, we move forward like soldiers.
What up, what up, what up, and welcome into Pregaming. I don't know how my camera always gets off alignment at the end of a long live stream. I guess it just happens naturally. I came into the office this morning, the computer laptop was closed, and the camera was dangling. I said, what the hell happened here? But anyhow, welcome back, everybody, to a new week. It's not just a new week, but it's a new month for us to go out there and dominate. We did in the month of November. A couple of sliders there through that Thanksgiving. I don't even know what happened. It's hard to exactly put it into words. But hey, it is what it is. The month of November over on Winnable was a profitable month for us. We generated, let's see, 32.26 units of gain over the course of the month. Really focusing on a couple of different things as we move forward here that I think will continue to increase the units won. Just kind of being a little bit more selective and trying to, I'd like to get to a point where I got one card, but sports doesn't work that way, at least for me. It comes down to a situation where you see, sometimes the sharp steam doesn't come in until later in the day. And I do like to consider that, consult with that as we roll forward. Let's see. We were live on Friday. We had a nice little NFL show, no pre-gaming, but we rolled right through that Texas A&M game, gave you guys Texas. I even said I think they're going to win outright. They sure did win outright. How about that? And we cashed our first leg of the rollover. I got to consult with MMA Jeff on how we're going to go about that because we cashed the rollover. That's the good news. And then I was thinking about the live shows, but then Jeff doesn't come on all the live shows. So maybe we'll keep it to Thursday when he's there on Thursday and Saturdays. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe that's how we'll go about it. I'm not sure. But we did cash a rollover. I'm going to start a rollover challenge here. We're going to do that every week. Every Monday, we're going to start a rollover challenge and see if we can go through the whole week. Some of you guys really enjoyed that on Friday. Now, listen, you don't have to do what you want. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to roll over. And I don't mean roll over and pay the bookman. I mean, I'm going to roll over. We'll go 5 days. We'll take a 5 day. If we can go 5 days through the end of the week, let's say we started with, it's easy math. If you start with 100, 100 goes to 200. Tuesday, 200 goes to 400. Wednesday, 400 goes to 800. Thursday, it goes to 1,600. By Friday, you're at 3,200 from a $100 bet, assuming we didn't take any dogs. So just easy math, but that would be fun, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be a fun time out there? I've got to keep that focus. So I've got a spot for us tonight that we'll put involved in the rollover challenge. Also, want to get to a parlay segment as well. Want to keep doing those. They're fun, aren't they? It's funny. I was talking to my guy Shark last night, and we were laughing about. He and I talked about a 3-leg parlay. We kind of were talking about some of the teams in the NFL that we didn't think would lose yesterday, and one of them was the Bills. Pretty pricey money line. One of them was who was the other? Seattle. Didn't think Seattle was going to lose. Big price, big number, 12.5. And the third one was the Chargers, minus 10, 9.5 to 10.5, whatever that case may be. They cashed. All three of them won. They all won handily by double digits. And, it was chalky, but it paid out at like 125, something like that. So, hey, you know what? Didn't have to worry about the spreads. Now, I did give you guys the spread on the Chargers yesterday. I think I went 2-2 with my best bets. Let me see. It was a pretty good day all in all. The under did not cash. So, 2-2. Had the under 45.5 in the Pittsburgh game. Had the Chargers minus 9.5. Those both cashed. The under in the 43.5 in the Commanders game didn't cash. Went to overtime. Let me say that again. Did give you guys the Commanders on the live show. And then we had some fun live betting with the player props as well. So the Titans, that was my bonehead play of the day. But plenty of good spots that I gave out there yesterday. Got the Saints. That was the one that everybody laughed at me. Said, no way the Saints are going to fucking win. It's Miami. Miami is going to fucking smash. Miami got smashed. They won, but they didn't cover. And that's what we're concerned about. Unless I say the wrong team's favored. Felt like the public asshole play of the day was the Cleveland Browns. I ate it. I own it. I did give the under in the Colts game at 44.5. That cashed. The under in the Tampa Bay game, that cashed. Let's see. The Vegas under, team total under, and the Chargers minus 9.5 both cashed. The Pittsburgh under, and then the Washington under. So, NFL was all right. It was all right. I think my biggest disappointment yesterday was I had the Calgary Flames. The Calgary Flames, I gave out plus 1.5 and the money line. Half a unit on the money line, full unit on the plus 1.5. Well, we cashed the plus 1.5. And this is why you break them out a little bit, right? Try to be a little bit more descriptive of how I'm attacking and approaching that. So we won the plus 1.5 because the game goes to overtime. But like instantaneously in overtime, fucking Carolina scores and we lost the money line. So, it was a net half a unit gain, but that could have been really glorious. That sucked. But it is what it is. We got a Monday Night Football game tonight. You guys know the deal. We will be live at 7:45. We're going to kick it off. We're going to give you guys our best bets for the game. We're going to talk some player props, some sides, some totals. We'll give you the first touchdown score. We did not cash that last night. Took into this, was it the end of the first quarter? Or was it the beginning of the second? Anyhow, we were laughing saying they might have scored at all. But hey, that was a fun spot for the Commanders. They got the cover for us again. Big spot. 2 spots in that trend, by the way. After week 11, remember that one. After week 11, the shitty teams against teams that have an 80% or higher win rate. Why does that make sense? Because enough time has evolved over the season to see who's a real shitty team and who the teams are that have an 80% win rate. And then guess what happens? The books overinflate. They want to get money on the other side, so they put too many points out there. And in the case of the Panthers, they won outright. So, and you know what? The Commanders almost won outright as well, for that being said. So they went for 2. I guess I'm okay with it. I had some money line, so I guess I'm okay with it. But it is what it is. That's how the cookie crumbles. I've got 3 player props for you tonight. 2 of them are plus money. Maybe the third one is too. Let me see. I don't even have that on the old agenda. But we've got some hockey in play tonight. Smaller hockey card. Smaller college basketball card, for that matter. But we'll talk about the Penguins and the Flyers. We'll talk about the Jets and the Sabres. We'll talk about the Ducks and the Blues. Give you guys a little 3-pack in the NHL. I was just thinking how I did something to my back last night or yesterday when I woke up. Just getting old. Don't get old. Do yourselves a favor. Don't get old. UAB in Middle Tennessee and college hoops. We'll finish her off with Portland and Stanford. Some interesting trends to consider in those 2 games out there. Like I said, tough little college hoop slate tonight. Big NBA card, if you're into that sort of thing. So we'll talk about the Hawks and the Pistons, the Clippers and the Heat, the Rockets and the Jazz, and the Suns and the Lakers. So we got a 4-pack there, plus 3 player props, 2 of them at plus money. And we'll wrap her up with Monday Night Football. So that's the way we're going to get paid today. I'm excited, man. Anytime we can finish a month profitable and turn the page to a new month, I get excited because we have new opportunities, new goals. This is a big month. We got Christmas bills to pay for. We got all kinds of fun stuff happening for the winter break out there for you guys that enjoy those particulars. Like maybe you have kids. You're going to have to spend some time over 2 weeks digging into your pockets, paying for that Happy Meal 3 times a week, taking them sledding and buying the hot cocoa from fucking Dunkin' Donuts. I don't know what you do. I don't know. I don't have any kids. So I have a firm pull-out philosophy. Anyhow, it's a lot to talk about on a Monday for everybody to get to know. And so, hey, do me a favor, though. You guys, you can certainly support me over at Winnable. You'll get my best bets. You'll get extra plays. I dished out, I don't know, over the course of that holiday weekend. I don't even know. A bunch of plays. But in any event, when we have afternoon action, we're going to have college bowl games going on. College bowl games will start at 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, all before pre-gaming. And so you don't want to find out that you're in a position where I come in and say, man, we just cashed 2 bets in that college bowl game. That's a fun season for me. The college bowl games are one of my specialties. And I want you guys to join me over there. So I put together a promo. It was supposed to expire November 30th. I extended it for 2 more days. The promo is turkey. Yep, just like what we had at Thanksgiving. Turkey. And if you go over and you buy the quarterly package, you'll get a 30% break. Basically, you get a free month is what happens. So you pay for 2, you get a third, and it's called quarterly in the package selection. That'll cost you about 60 cents a day for the next 90 days. Think about what that's going to encompass. College bowl games. It's going to cover all the NFL playoffs, all the weekend spots that are out there. It's going to cover college basketball. When we finally get into conference play, you get all sports, NHL, the whole smash. And I might even extend it for those for Olympics because I get fired up. The Winter Olympics are my favorite, but you can find all my action out there, whether they be free bets or they be premium plays. You can find them all at Winnable. You can sign up for free for text alerts. Never miss the action when I drop it. Get the best line. Some of these lines were moving like crazy this weekend, and we definitely benefited from getting those in there early. So check out Winnable if you haven't done so already. Support me over there. Hey, it's Mikey Money here, letting you know the Sports Money team is live on Winnable. Come check out our best bets.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
We do the work, you get the plays, and they're sent right to your phone right when we drop them.
Don't wait, don't guess, don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
Also, check out the other social spaces that we are involved with there. You'll see the big one that I figured out what I'm going to do. We're going to try to grow this Instagram page. I'm going to post a play a day over there. And I say that I haven't posted one yet today. But I gave out a play on Saturday. It cashed easy for us. And then I gave out a play on Sunday. Sadly, it did not cash. It was a teaser. But 1-on-1 free plays, real easy to check it out if you haven't done so already. Looks just like this. Check it out. Real simple to see. Give you guys the lowdown. Give you the haps on the craps here and see what's happening over on the Instagram side of things here. Sports Money Network, as you'll see across the top. Real easy to give us a follow over there. And you'll see plays, action, different things that are being posted, different suggestions, live streams, all kinds of stuff going on over there. So check us out. You'll see a free play a day. It's going to look just like this. It's going to look just like so. Your boy here put the graphics together. I said, let me do something. Let me do something different. Let's try something out so it stands out. And free plays over on the Instagram side of things. So never dull of action. We're never void of action. Not action just for the sake of action, but action to try to get everybody paid, man. This is a plays that I'm making. And whether we're here, there, or anywhere, you want to get the plays when I drop them. And never miss those lines. So lots of different things happening as we push forward here. And I want to point all that stuff out because with the holiday season upon us, everyone's going to be running and scrambling. And you don't want to miss any of this action. So all you have to do is turn the notifications on. We don't spam a bunch of bullshit. You know, it's not like that. It's just me posting plays, frankly. Everyone wants to write. We have a forum, but it's me posting plays. So I'm happy to give those to you guys over there as well. So let's get this show started. You guys know the deal. Smack that thumbs up button if you're just getting in here. This is the final stop before we go place our live bets here for the evening's action. We'll look at lines. We'll look at cash flow. We'll look at trends. We'll look at angles. We'll figure it all out together here with the Sharpest Dan community in YouTube. And, you know, I said this before. I stand by it. Other shops want to put polls out there. See what you guys have to say. And then they want to go the other way and say, see, that's a public play. Not us, not our community. We've been building this thing 2+ years now, trying to get it right, keep everybody's bankrolls tight. And it's all because of the communication, the community, the forum that we've built that I'm so humbled to be a part of with you guys. So thank you for being here. Get those plays in the chat. I wanted to tell a story. I'll tell you what. Heard a great Michael Jordan story today. I'll just be quick because we got plays to get to. But it was worth talking about. Made me laugh. We all know Michael Jordan's a degenerate fucking gambler, right? And we all know that the reason that we suspect that the reason he had to retire from the NBA was because of a gambling probe. Then he went over to play baseball for the White Sox, found out he sucks. Then he came back and he unretired after the potential probe was dismissed. But Michael Jordan was known to gamble. Michael Jordan's father may or may not have been somewhat involved in, I don't know what happened behind the scenes there. I saw a docudrama on that. That being said, though, this fucking show, Michael Jordan, he's talking to one of the guys, the coaches on the other team or something like that. And he's like, or one of the personnel, one of the players on the other team. And he's like, yeah, you got me guarding, so-and-so's guarding me tonight. He's like, I'm going to give your boy a treat. I'm going to drop a 40-pack on him. So he's like, put some money on it. Bet on it. So he's like, they were like, all right, you're fucking nuts. There's no way you're going to score 40 points. So they ended up dropping a couple $100 of action. The one dude put $200 down. The other dude put $200 down. And they said that Jordan's playing the game and he's coasting through and he gets to about 36 points and he walks by the bench of the other players there and he's like, I want that $400. Or he said, get that $400 ready. Goes out there, he fucking jams, bangs it out there, gets the 40, and then he's going like this, right? Nobody knows what he's doing this for, but the two guys on the other team. Then as he walked by the coach, oh yeah, by the way, your boys were playing cards with me all last night. Fucking blew him in. That was a great story. I don't know. I just got checked up, man. Michael Jordan's the man. No doubt about it. There's no controversy here. Who's the greatest ever? That dude is making more money now every year than if you added up all of NBA money that's going on. He's making like $750 million a year. Anyhow, I thought it was a great Michael Jordan story. Guys, get the plays in the chat. Let's talk about it. I was going to post it. I don't know why. Every so often you get in that little scroll game and you find something that like stands out. And that was like, I watched it like twice. I was like, what a great fucking story. What a great Michael Jordan story. Let's get to work, guys. Shout out to Cody Norton and Stop Geoengineering. Say, yeah, I ain't the type to give up. The Futon Bet says, Henderson, king of the end zone. Sup, buddy? What up, Futon Bets? There's Nicholas Handy. And Sandy says, Steam usually isn't literal. It's symbolic. When plus odds match times on Steam moves, you know you have the right parlay. Yeah. I'm looking at it more from a sharp respected better report than the Steam, right? I mean, when you see a line gets steamed, I get that, right? But I was thinking more of the sharp respected betting report, not so much of the, like, for example, the sharp respected betting report came out for hockey like 45 minutes ago. So, but I get it. I get what you're saying. For example, when you go 2 at 26, 27, 2226 days or 2227 days from Monday Night Football Cat. Giants lost that one by 21. Robert McCormick says, good evening. Steam won't show until unless it's at 226 or something. I think you lost me. I don't agree with that. I've shown you guys before. Like, we want to see the look ahead lines. We want to see the lines that are out there from 2 weeks ago. And then we want to see what happens when Monday rolls around, because there's certain windows that things get steamed, right? Mondays, sharp respected bettors are betting on the NFL, not the general community, because they want to use that bankroll all week. But the guys that are throwing around, dimes, trying to middle shit out and try to find a 3-point middle, and they'll put money on both sides, they're buying on Monday. Totals don't usually get whacked until Thursdays. Check it out. You'll see. But I agree. I agree to some degree. Some degree, I agree. Let's figure it out together. Blake M says, good evening, crew. Stop Geoengineering says, that Sports Money Sunday live stream after Ramon's show is fire. I appreciate that, man. Thank you for saying that, Stop Geoengineering. We're excited about it. Shark and I, we saw, man, crazy. It was over 5,000 views on through the Twitter side of things with that. So 5,000 people saw, actually 10,000 people saw it. 5,000 of them parked on it for at least 30 seconds, which was pretty fucking cool. Just to throw that out there, and winning at a high goddamn rate. So it's a lot of fun to go through and give you guys 55 minutes or so of NFL games every Sunday, 11 a.m. Now, we had 2 weeks where we had some shit happen, so we had recorded in advance, but we still delivered the content, and it'll be out there every Sunday for you guys through the rest of the football season. And stay tuned. We may work another program in a similar capacity. Peter Grassi says, sup, Mikey? New York Giants cover 7.5. Or teaser with the under. Let's cash. Giants scored 264 and gave up 334. 6 years to... Not sure what that means. Stop you says, I'm selling Bonds of Youth if anyone is interested. I'll buy it, man. Send me the fucking message for it. I literally, my back, I was like, man, why does it just hurt the left side? What did I do? Turns out, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Chico Gallus says, sometimes the peach is too juicy. Yeah, I get you. All philosophies are, well. Sammy says, final was 38-17. There's a free one. JPZ's got 11.5 on Incarnate Word this morning. Word up, JPZ, my man. Jerry Davis says, what up, Mikey? Are your Eagles officially dead now? No, man. This was a break, dude. But this is where the overreaction comes in. Yeah, they threw a couple away. They already beat Dallas to start the season, so they didn't need that game. And I knew that was a bad flat spot for the Eagles, right? This was definitely a surprise. But this game meant a lot for the Bears and Caleb Williams. Not so much for the Eagles. You think about it. They went to the Super Bowl. 2 or 3 seasons they went to the Super Bowl, so they've got extra wear on the tires. They had to take a break. They had to take a breath. That's what happened here. That's all. Everyone's overreacting. And, as crazy as that may sound, look, they're not. It's like, JPZ's in the chat, right? The Dodgers give a fuck about May? No. They're one of the worst teams in baseball to start the season off because they know we're playing for a World Series. And, that's the same difference with the Eagles here. Kansas City does it as well. And, yeah, they get the bye in there too. But I think everybody just needs to RELAX, Redbeard. I'm talking to you. Jerry Davis says, Incarnate Word Moneyline sprinkle. Mr. Buskers is in the house there. Redbeard says, throw him on the shit list. AOD says, Mike M. the Machine. Blake M. says, Temple versus Nova in 15 minutes. Anybody thought on it? Anybody got a thought there? Senny says, last time Eagles did this was 2008. AOD says, pimp. Let's go. EJ Smizzy. Money, motherfucking Mike. Let's go. You rigged duck race though. I did? Didn't I have to give 2 or something? I forgot what happened. Mr. Wesker says, Cavs. I wouldn't rig a duck race. It's the fun. That's pure joy. It's pure enthusiasm. Suck to cheat it. Sandy says, bet none of the forums said that about Monday Night Football, cat. Redbeard says, Jordan, low-key a fellow scumbag. Yeah, dude. Yeah. I love it. I thought it was a great story. I don't know. It just got me fired up. Carrie says, like Villanova minus the bundle. All right, listen. I gave it out as a premium play, but I took Temple at the plus 12.5. I'll share it with you guys right now because I don't know what the line is now, but for one reason, this is the crosstown rival. First of all, crosstown rival. Whenever these teams play a team like Villanova, they go hard. You see it with, St. John's. You see it with, it goes on and on and on. Second, take a look at who Villanova's got on deck next. That's all. Michigan. Number 7 ranked Michigan. So, ask yourself this. Riddle me this. Do you give a fuck about Temple at plus 12.5? Probably what happens is they go up 20 points in the first half and the back door is hanging wide open for Temple to come back and make it a tight game at the end. Probably going to be sneaky, but I think it gets it done. Nasty Nate's in the house. He says, Pat Smash. It's a Pat Smash night for Nasty Nate. EJ Smizzy says, MNF over or under? I'll talk to you guys about some MNF angles. Stop Joe says, tick, tick, tick. Redbeard says, over, EJ. I think Giants score. EJ Smizzy, I'm feeling the way, but PT under are hell. Primetime unders. Redbeard says, will be cold as well. Exactly. If you knew what NFL was saying, it wouldn't work. Andrew G's in the house. Irish King's here. What's up? NHL's free money. Damn right. Mr. Wesker says, Mike's right. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Irish King says Pistons minus 9.5. And he likes Pittsburgh money line and Crosby anytime goal, no sweat bet. Let's get into it. Let's talk some hockey. We'll go hockey, college basketball, NBA, Monday Night Football, and we'll put a bow on this show. Big week ahead. UFC's back for Saturday, so get ready and get set. We will give you guys First Strike on Wednesday. We will go live on Thursday. We will be live on Saturday. We'll be live on Sunday. We'll be live on Monday. We got a bunch of things happening. We got some really good primetime games. And the look ahead for next Monday, them Eagles everyone wants to fade. Good luck. Good luck against them Chargers with a banged up Justin Herbert. I find that quarterback's so irrelevant for the Los Angeles Chargers, that I can't even keep their name straight. So, there we go. Let's go. JPC says Temple's plus 14 now. We got steamed. That's probably what happened. We got steamed. I was making something this weekend to eat for dinner. And I forgot to use the lemon. I was like, what am I going to do with this fucking lemon? Right? I was like, consuming water. I'm a fan of water consumption. Let me put some fresh squeeze of lemon in my water. I'll tell you what. Can't believe I was this many days old before I did that at home. You know, I always get a lemon with a, well, not always, but if they offer me the lemon at a restaurant, sure, I'll put it in there. But yeah, it's quite lip smacking. Speaking of lip smacking, we're going to start off with the Battle of Pennsylvania, as it's affectionately called. In the NHL hockey world, the Pittsburgh Penguins will face the Philadelphia Flyers, and it is a bad spot to be a Penguins fan here tonight. I'm going to tell you that. They changed the banners, too. They got this 10-second thing. I'll pop that up. We'll see what that looks. Let's try. Let's play with it, see what it does. All right, so goaltender-wise, Tristan Jarry will start for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Dan Vladar will start for the Philadelphia Flyers. You know, I remember when I lived in Philly, this was like a Penguins smash spot and the over, but the last couple of rounds here, you know, take a step back from that. These goaltenders have been playing great. You know, Gary's got a 7-2 record. Vladar, supposed to be the backup to Ersson, he's got a 10-4-1 record. So why do I say this is a bad spot? Well, the last 5 games, the Flyers at home against the Penguins, the Flyers are 4-1. So they've been dominating on the home ice. And you got him in a surging spot right now. The Penguins, these teams are kind of passing each other in the middle of the night right now. Meaning the Penguins started the season off like red hot. Everyone was talking about fading them and where's Crosby going? Is he going to be a rental and everything else? And then they came out there and they just fired. Well, as you evidenced by a 7-2 goaltender, right? The flip side of things is the Flyers kind of were sluggish. Man, Trevor Zegras is a fucking animal. That guy, silky smooth. Talk about silky smooth. Those hands, man. When he comes to shootouts, it's an automatic almost. The Flyers have a 3-game winning streak going on as well. So, you know, they've got a 3-game winning streak. Their goalie's got a 4-game winning streak going on here. And you got a Penguins team that, you know, to me, you know, dogs for a reason. And that's because of the winning streak that the Flyers have going on right now. I think that's really what it comes down to. It's that simple for me. The time they played, it was a 3-2 game. I could see it being a lower scoring game, you know, just because of the, you know, process and play of these two goaltenders. To me, it just has that kind of scoring feel to it or lack of scoring feel to it here. But I do like the Flyers. Like I said, 3-2 the last game, 4-1 against the Penguins. Second matchup on the year on home ice is enough for me to say, give me a shot with them Philadelphia Flyers. Minus 132 didn't seem too bad. Nasty says, sometimes I had cucumbers. Yeah, dude, I've, where was I that I had cucumber water? Oh, some marketing office. One of my clients back in the day had the cucumber water, and I was like, damn, that's fucking good. Awel says, give me 1 quarter under 9.5 and first half under 23.5 for Monday Night Football. Nasty says, I buy the 2.5 gallons with the spout. I cut a hole in the top and slice it. Bag of seedless lemons and drop them in. Nasty cheat code. What's up, Markel? Irish King says, who gets a touchdown for the Giants, huh? I'm gonna have to I want to get this first touchdown score tonight. I'm gonna really look at some metrics and see if we can't find a first. I haven't gotten one I guess I got that one live. The last Thursday show that we did before Thanksgiving? Yeah, sounds about right. I'm due for one. All right, the Winnipeg Jets and the Buffalo Sabres will pop off for game number 2 on this NHL card for me this evening. It was a short card, but I thought it was a good card from a value perspective here. And I like this one. Here's a nice little trend that we'll talk about. Eric Comrie is going to start for the Winnipeg Jets. Why Eric Comrie? Because, well, Connor Hellebuck's hurt. Again. I'm not laughing that he's hurt. It's just that he's hurt again. Because I think he spent some time last year, if I'm not mistaken, right around this time of year, something like that quarter mark of the season. And these guys kind of get a little bit rusty, right? The things start to tighten up a little bit. And the Jets were sucking. They had a 4-game road streak going on, 4-game losing streak going on. They did get their last win. It was 5-2 against the Nashville Predators. Comrie saved 20 of 22 shots in that game. He's got a 2.91 goals against average. You got UPL. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen on the other side of things with a 2.72 goals against average here. And so what I like most about this play is it just doesn't make any sense. Meaning the Jets are kind of a lower scoring team to some degree, and the Sabres have been outscored 11-4. Now it's because they've been outscored 11-4 in their last 3 games that I can't get involved in the Sabres. I don't mind them, but I'm not going to get involved in them. I don't know. It's a tricky spot because, I'm looking at this game thinking, boy, what's it going to take for me to get on the Winnipeg Jets in this thing here? I played the Jets before I played the Sabres. If you had to ask me for a side, that's the way. And again, largely because of the getting scored or outscored fashion. Can't win games if you don't. But on top of that, the Sabres have scored 2 or less goals in 3 straight. So that's how you end up getting beat up. I mean, it's not a hard formula. You're not shooting, you're not scoring, and you're getting outscored. So, I mean, that's the game of hockey, right? UPL played. He let up 3 goals on 18 shots in a game against the Pittsburgh Penguins. They lost that game 4-2. So this guy comes in with that 2.72, 2.73 goals against average and a small home favorite on this side of things here. But the Jets just found 5 goals. So we take a goaltender that's let up 4 against the Penguins, against a team that just found the back of the net 5 times. In a Sabre spot, yes, they're being outscored. However, Sabres on a total of a 6. I'm sorry, on a total of less than 6.5. They've gone over 6 straight times, right? Off a win, I fucking botched that one up, right? Off a win, a total less than 6.5 has gone over 6 straight times. At home, non-divisional home favorites, NHL wide, 12-3 to the over in their last 15 games as well. Now, last week I talked about wasn't last Monday. Didn't have a show last Monday. It was the Monday before that. We talked about the sneaky little Monday spot and are you fired up to come into Buffalo? And I think it was it fading? Was it fading Edmonton? I can't remember what the team was on that Monday. Let's see how close. Matter of fact, let's take a look. Let's see if that's fact accurate. I'm pretty sure. I don't want to put myself on the line here, but I will. Monday, November 17th. It was Buffalo beat the Oilers. How about that? That's a fucking situation right there. Don't play Pictionary with me. I told you guys that before. Best fucking Pictionary, professional Pictionary player. That being said, though, I think with this case here, with these bounce back trends and these opportunities, as much as I don't like Buffalo in this game, I think they can find 3 goals. And I think the Jets can find 4, and that's a 4-3. Puts us over the mark. So yeah, we're gonna zig when everybody else is zagging right now. It's so easy. These are under teams. No, it's not. This is a spot where we see these 2 teams finding some net because they're both kind of mediocre in the talent level, right? As far as kind of how I would describe these guys. So that's the way we'll kick her off there. And play number 2, we'll take the over 6. Whoops, that's play number 3. Whoops, my fucking mouse. What's going on here? Bear with me. All right, there we go. Sometimes you just got to reboot, Got to reboot this fucking thing because it wasn't working. All right, so we got the Buffalo over 6 for game number 2. You saw what game number 3 is going to look like here. To complete our NHL card for the evening, we're going to go to the over in this Anaheim Ducks St. Louis Blues game as well. How about that? In fact, yes, the over 6 is the spot that we want to get involved with here. And this is the first leg of the rollover. So we will start with let's just make it, everybody can play, right? Everyone, I don't know what you guys' bankroll size is here. We did $25 on the one on Saturday. Let's start with 24. Why 24? Because it's a minus 120 for the over 6. So 24 will pay us 20, would be $44 that we would roll over on tomorrow's day. So let's see if we can get this one here. But I'll talk to you about it. When it comes to the goaltending matchup here, I'll tell you, sharp, respected betting, boy, they like some scoring in this one. And I get it. Ville Husso will be the guy because they've got goaltending injury issues in Anaheim right now. 4.05 goals against is this Civ. This fucking guy is brutal. This guy couldn't stop a beach ball coming at him in fucking slow pitch softball mode. So you got a surging, number 1 in the division, which is crazy. These Anaheim Ducks. Cutter Gauthier can eat shit. Jordan Binnington. And I'm sure he's not a nice guy. Normally I say this guy's a piece of shit. And I'm like, I'm sure he's a really nice. I'm sure Trevor Gauthier is not. a nice guy. I'm sure he's a piece. I'm sure he probably had bad upbringing, bad role models, no moral integrity, no testicular fortitude. You tell everybody you're interested in coming to the Flyers. They put their draft capital in you. They wine you. They dine you. And then when it comes time to actually come to Philadelphia, you just stop returning phone calls? What kind of a bitch move is that? Jordan Binnington on the other side of things for the St. Louis Blues at 6-5-5 has a 3.1 goals against average. That's not good, boys and girls. Pretty straightforward. Now, the Blues, surprisingly to me, I used to think was, St. Louis is an under team, but hey, they're mediocre. They're 3-1-3 in their last 7. So they're fighting. And they're not winning. They're fighting. And they're not just rolling over. So, from that perspective, the X's and O's for me, it's about the numbers. Young Anaheim Ducks team, fired up, too stupid to know that they're probably going to, they're number 1 in the Pacific Division. So I can't say they're not going to make the playoffs. It would be a hell of an epic fall. It's still a young team. And you got to think about young players, 60 games. So for the first 60 games, that's fine. But when we get to we'll have the Olympic break in there too now, I guess. But when we get around that Olympic break time frame, that's when we'll start to see, all right, who's going to really be in a playoff content? And I wouldn't be surprised to see the Anaheim Ducks get there. Low-life sons of bitches that they are, bringing on a fucking guy that's ghosting everybody. But hey, thanks for Trevor Zegras, because that guy's fucking hands are silky smooth. That being said, yeah, I know a lot about a lot of hockey. So anyhow, the St. Louis Blues allow 3.42 goals a game. That's ranked 7th in the NHL in terms of most goals allowed, right? Not good. And the Anaheim Ducks, how do you win games? You score goals. In fact, you score more goals than your opponent. And they're doing it second best in the NHL, 3.6 goals per game. So, when we expect Jordan Binnington to be a pile, he's shown that he's fully capable of rolling around in feces. And on the other side of things, we know that we've got Billy Husso, who's a piece. Can't stop the slow pitch, underhand beach ball. Look, it's a 6. Man, Ducks have gone over 15 of 25 games this year. I think we can see some St. Louis goals out there on this pile with Billy Husso. And if we get a 4-2 push, then we'll have to own it. But I think it's a good spot for us to take advantage of the Anaheim Ducks in the over 6. What do you guys think? What say you guys? Let's see what you guys say. Sometimes I add cucumbers. Cucumbers made me belch pass. Nancy Nate says Hunter Henry going to get the first touchdown tonight. Pats are going to smash, and Hunter Henry is going to smash him. Jay Davis is at Abel. On first half and full game over. Cold weather teams and 1 mid defense and 1 bad defense equals over for me. Abel's is going to live bet the total. Mr. Wesker says be easy, stay easy, smoke easy, says Redbeard. Pachico de Gallo says Ducks money line. And the truth, 8425 says, what's up? Let's get to the money. Yes, sir. Let's go. I've got to get my guy Sharpie to give me that little recording there. So let's get to the money. All right, you guys, let's move into some college hoops here. Before we do just that, though, please take a second if you haven't done so already to hit the thumbs up button. Biggest way to show support for the show, the community, the network that we're building and establishing here and helping us get that thumbs up button pressed. Takes you only a second. If you haven't done so, do it now. Okay, let's get to some college hoops. I got a couple trends. I got some angles to share with you guys. Let me move this over. It's tough. As soon as the weather gets cold, 30 degrees. Now I see in the bottom corner, light snow expected tomorrow. Fucking great. Actually, don't mind the snow. I prefer the snow over the rain. And the heat, for that matter. So anyways, college hoops popping off here. We just talked about the VIP spot that I was looking to give you guys. I'll share that one with you guys. Man, Tarleton line moved 5 full points. Man. You know what's surprising? So the Sharp Perspective betting report came in for college hoops, and the number 1 move was against these guys. Who are they? West Georgia. The West Georgia Wolves. Sharp Perspective bettors popping in on Detroit Trojans. And yet the same trend exists for the West Georgia side as it does for the Tarleton side. But yet, it's weird. It's weird that the Sharps are hitting the Troy and the line hasn't moved. What the hell? Might as well take him now. Let's take West Georgia. I was going to give them out anyways, but then they're 5-1 against the spread. They've been firing right now. Yeah, we'll take them. We're going to add the spot, and I'll share with you guys what that trend was here, just so you can validate that I'm not completely full of shit. I might be full of shit, but I am not completely full of shit. Yeah, look at unranked large road dogs with a small total have won 24 straight times. 24 straight times. How about that for a trend? You don't see them very often. 31-3 in the 34 times it's happened on the season. It's cashed 24 straight times. So let's add it. Let's add that West Georgia spot out there. I was going to add it anyways, but now that I'm seeing this lack of line movement, no respect for this West Georgia team, let's take a shot with them. What the hell? They're covering spreads anyways. And you're giving, 17.5 is a beefy number. So that's a 7 p.m. start. We'll add that one. Smoke says, Mike, what do you think about the move at 303 on Xavier moving the line anywhere from a point to a point and a half across multiple books? See, it's a great question, Smoke. I'm going to say it's public. And that's why I try to stay away from the name squads, right? I'll get more excited about playing on West Georgia than trying to figure out the sneaky little process that is taking a public team like that and saying, where are they here? I was trying to find them. St. Francis, PA. They don't need the PA anymore. The other St. Francis school was so bad at sports, they just got rid of their sports program altogether. Yeah, look, it's definitely reverse line movement, but I would speculate as it gets closer to the game time that's coming in from the public banging away on them. And that's the problem with a team like Xavier. They see a St. Francis, PA, and they go, holy shit, they're going to thump these guys. Well, 24 points is a lot of points. That's like, I used to talk to Daddy Cab about that all the time when, he's giving out Kansas and Kentucky plays. And I was like, good for you, dude, but fuck. Like, think about it, right? Where does, I've said it before, where does our advantage lie? Our advantage lies in betting on teams like, West Georgia against Troy because they got to put a line on it. But if you want, ticket count, one of the lowest, it is the lowest ticket count on the day. They're putting a line on it. A sharp came in and whacked Troy. Doesn't mean we're going to win. It doesn't necessarily. There's no guarantees, right? But anyhow, I digress. Let's talk about this trend in the UAB Middle Tennessee game. Look, Middle Tennessee ain't no bitches, man. They got some defense. They're not afraid to go run and gun. And you've got a situation here similar to the West Georgia spot. There's zero line movement on the total. This line moved from -2.5 down to a 1 for UAB. So they came out favorites, expecting a tight game. But Middle Tennessee is one of them cat slap teams. When they're between the threes, they win a lot of fucking games. And so you got 64% of the bets and 62% of the cash on UAB, and the lines come down a full 1.5. Or over a point, a full point plus a half. And 73% of the bets and 73% of the cash are on the total. Has not moved, has not budged. So I think Middle Tennessee's a live dog in this case. I may have a couple shillings on the Middle Tennessee. I'm not going to take the point, 2 points. No, it's your value there. It's going to be a 1 point game. If it's a 1 point game, it sucks. But the angle I wanted to look at had a lot to do. Look, Middle Tennessee. I guess it comes down to me of kind of UAB and how many points is UAB going to go? Are UAB going to go out there and score? They've been averaging mid 70s to 80. But then you look at this total and you got yourself a nice little 150. What is it? 153.5. And so I took the under and look, I told you about some trends, some big ones that pop off the card. This one's Middle Tennessee specific. Awful loss with a high total. 80-39 to the under is Middle Tennessee in a bounce back spot. Playing defense. You fucked up. And you got to go back out there and fix it. And 72-62 to McNeese, of all schools there the other day, was that fuck up. Now, McNeese is covering a lot of spreads, so with respect, we're getting a little bit of a discount here on that Middle Tennessee side of things because they just came off that loss. That's why I think that they're very capable of getting it done. But 80-39 to the under, 8-2 in its last 10. They've cashed 5 in a row. After a loss, that next game, they pop an under. And we're going to take the under in this game as well. With a high encouragement, high level of encouragement to take a shot with Middle Tennessee on the money line. And then we'll talk about it as we're live betting tonight. Seeing if we need to get back in there on some more action as it percolates through the evening. Jerry Davis says SFA Division 3 next. Stephen F. Austin, St. Francis, New York. St. Francis, PA. Team total under 61.5 for Jerry Davis. He says he bet Middle 10 last night at plus 3.5. There you go. FB Gotti says Stephen F. I think he means St. Francis. I'm not sure. Nanya says go Blazers. Nanya! Smoke says, understand I'm wagering on the small markets, but best day of the week was yesterday, not betting any NFL. But popped a small, yeah. Because of the show though, I get the NFL show now. I didn't used to. I mean, I'd cap it and I'd play it, but it wasn't like primetime games when we were live. I would spend a lot of time getting those games, having a great record. But well, then I thought the 1 o'clock games were my curse. Same thing with college basketball, college football. 1 p.m. window for me, tough. I don't know. I'd rather enjoy it this year. Maybe it's because we're winning. Winning always is fun, isn't it? Portland and Stanford. Stanford's been having fun. They're finding the W here at 6-1. Looking at the tough card. Again, it's not the biggest of slates here. So, we got to pick and choose our spots here. And Portland, Stanford opened at 18.5. It's come down a point. You have 62% of the bets and 68% of the cash. Just thinking this is too many points for Portland not to take advantage of it, right? 155.5 is another situation where the total has not moved with 71% of the bets and 71% of the cash on the over, yet it's stuck. Frozen line. Frozen line because I want to whack it. I want to hit this under in this game as well. And I don't like the timer. I see it there. Prefer just to keep it up. I don't know. You guys tell me. Stanford's been an under program here. They got 4 of their last 5 games have just been rolling to the under. And then you look at the Portland side of things here. And so the dog at 17.5 points, because they think they're going to get busted, have 3 straight overs, right? They're 2-2 in their last 4. I don't know what happened to that St. Thomas game. I don't see a line on that one. But anyhow, my point about that whole thing here is if Stanford's going to slap these boys, then it's probably going to be their pace and style that dictates the result of the W. And if it's a big W by 17, 18 points to cover the spread and an under-based team, they got to play some defense, right? You with me? I don't know what the deal is here. I guess it makes sense. Mondays of all fucking days. Well, just like we talked about with hockey, it's a sneaky, sleepy little spot, right? You're coming off the weekend. Like, think about you go to work on a Monday, you're getting all fucking jacked up. Are you one of those people that shows up 30 minutes early and making coffee for everybody? No. You're probably the guy that's stuck in fucking traffic bitching because they're late 5 minutes already, and you're deciding, do I have to call and tell them I'm going to be late or not? I don't know. 155 and 174. When the total's in that window, in other words, they're not expecting it to be 100 to 100, but they're not expecting a defensive matchup either. Well, what's happening is the under has prevailed. It's 7-2-1 in its last 10 games. The sample size is 275 and 206, but huge sample, lots of games over the course of a couple of years. I zoomed in and I saw that it was 7-2-1 in its last 10 games, and that makes sense to me. So I'm going to take the under in Stanford. Again, all the aforementioned reasons. Books are telling you that they should go out there and thump them. Jay Davis says SFPA, not SFA. Yeah, I was going to say, Stephen fucking Austin? That's our program, man. That's our adopted program. All right, so we got 3 college hoops games. We got 4 NBA games. Let me talk to you guys about some player props here. Well, let's do this. Atlanta. Interesting spot for this team here today. They got the Pistons. The Pistons should probably slap the ever-living shit out of them. The weird part is 63% of the bets, 62% of the cash are on the Hawks, and the line hasn't moved because they're expecting the Pistons to kick the shit out of them. The total's coming down. It's come down a half a point, and you got 90% of the bets and 90% of the cash on the over. Everybody's betting the over. And yet, here we go. We're seeing this thing kind of tick on down. Tick, 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 tick. Look, there's an illness running through the locker room for the fucking Atlanta Hawks. Porzingis is sick. Trae Young's out still. Toppin's out. And on the Pistons side of things, you're getting Cade. So, Duncan Robinson's got the ankle injury out there, sure. I get all of that. But to me, you got to, team that just played yesterday, they're on the second leg of a back-to-back. Remember all those overtimes? We were watching it live. I was telling you guys to take the Hawks plus 2.5 live. Well, the Hawks just got their win. In fact, they won twice. One of those wins was against Cleveland. But my point about all this is you got a battered-up team that just ran double overtime. Whether or not they play defense is the question, but it don't matter because you're playing the Pistons with Cade, who sat out the other day so he could come out there and beat the shit out of Atlanta today. And I think the under makes a lot of sense. Do you want to count on the Pistons to cover 10 points? They're going to go out there and win by 15? Maybe. I'm more inclined to think that they're going to get tired and gassed out. And then when they get gassed out, we'll see what happens out there. Jerry says, David, I already bet Stanford over Portland pushes pace. Mikey, sounds like you might be right. Well, listen, Jerry, we got, what happens? We'll see. We'll see what happens. I like to cast a wide net in any event, so can't say good luck to you, but we'll talk about it live tonight. LA Clippers, Miami Heat for game number 2. I'll be honest, I bet this one, and I kind of thought about it and forgot why I bet this one. I was looking at it, and I was like, why the fuck did I bet that one again? Partly because this line's weird, too. 6.5, this a weird line. I say this a couple spots today, right? 6.5s haven't moved at all. And you got 57% of the bets and 56% of the cash. Now, Hawkins is in. 235.5 moved to 236.5 with 82% of the bets and 82% of the cash on this spot. And then I started drilling down on it. And I thought, well, apparently some sharps think that the Clippers have a shot. Then I looked at the Sharp Perspective betting report and I saw the under. And I was like, okay, if the Clippers are going to hang in there, it's their style that dictates pace. Now, Miami on the road is an over juggernaut. They've gone over 6 of 9 games that they played on the road. Defense optional when they go on the road. But at home, they fire, 5-6, but it's not 6-3, right? So I'm just looking at this one from a combination of respected betting. And then I started looking at previous results, minus the Detroit game where there was no Cade. I told you that was the game Cade sat that one out. They scored 106 points against Milwaukee. They scored 106 points against Dallas. So we don't necessarily have a team that's surging on the overside of things from the Miami Heat. And now they're at home where they tend to play more defense. And the Clippers, they score 105 points themselves. So from an average perspective, with the Sharp Perspective betting report, you're going to give me 236.5. It's too many points. Get the under on this one. And just hope that we don't see an overtime, right? That would be a fucking backbreaker. Oh, I could use my back broken here on that left side now they got this little wing clipped over here. Sandy says everything is minus 109 to minus 114. I got a lot of minus 105s earlier today. It's funny you say that. I got a ton of minus 105s earlier today. Timmy Two Shoes in the house. Says Michael Porter Jr. is back. I'm playing his 4 threes. Redbeard says taking all Phoenix money. Dale Pick says fuck the Clippers. Man, remember they were on the shit list? I took the shit list down. They're still. Maybe I'll make it manually. What I need is a whiteboard, right? Get a whiteboard on so I can write right on the fucking wall like a kid. Jay Davis says, Mike, you heard the Clippers are 7-1 against the Heat, but I hate the Clippers. Yeah. Are they? I'll tell you right now. That's an interesting little trend, if that's the case. Let's see. We got to get moving here, huh? It's almost 7 on the dot. Almost 7 on the dot. Well, the Miami Heat just won the last one at the Clippers on November 3rd. And then, it looks like a bunch of Clippers like to play in Miami, apparently. Remember Who was the jerk off that was capping the game saying there's a lot of strip clubs in Miami? Fucking ridiculous. Anyhow, listen. So you got the under there. We're gonna roll on here. I was gonna give you some player props. So I like 2 props, particularly around one player today. And it's my boys are back in town spot, I guess we'll call it, for lack of a better term. Chris Middleton. Yeah, him. He was a Buck. Now he's a Wizard. Old man time has found his second lease on life here. The Wizards suck, but when he's healthy, he plays. When he's not, he doesn't. Obviously, he's averaging 30 minutes a game. 6 and 7 rebounds in back-to-back spots out there his last 2 games. Got 22 points on top of it. I'm not saying he's going to go out there and get a triple-double, but over 4.5 rebounds is plus 130 for Chris Middleton. And then I added his assist to it as well. Because he's the guy. He's got to stir the drink out there. He's not hurt. He's going to play 30 minutes. And the Bucks allow almost 120 points a game. So sandwich all those spots together. I think it's Chris Middleton night. And that's a plus 120, by the way. Plus 130 and a plus 120 for the Chris Middleton props out there. Get creative if you want to. But those are some spots I want to give you. Look, Milwaukee's 3 and 6 on the road. So it's not like, they're allowing 118 points. This is just kind of the math, right? So we talked about this a couple different ways today. You suck on the road and you're allowing 118 points and you got your boy in a rematch situation or a revenge situation. So yeah, take a shot with Chris Middleton. Going to get the minutes, going to get the time, going to see points on the board. So I like some Chris Middleton. Aubrey Travis says, hi, dude. Hi, dudes. What's up? What's up, Aubrey Travis? Rocks playing Jazz against his FB Gotti. Yeah. I'm taking him. We talked about it last night. They just played him and they just got their barn doors blown off him, right? Overall with the game, 75% of the bet, 66% of the cash. See, it's got an automatic timer on it anyways, I guess, huh? I guess I just got to get used to it. The banner, that is. So you got 75 and 66 on the Houston Rockets. The sharp respected betting report came in. They took the Utah Jazz. Now, they're not the strongest in the NBA to start the season. There's not enough, we're just starting the NBA season. There's just not enough history behind it. But this is a quirky little wonky spot. You just played a team and you just got fucked up by them. The thing is this. What do they call these? Duplex spots? Where they play the same team. It's like, I remember when, back in some minor hockey days there, you'd play the same team twice, or you'd play a fucking shitload of games against the same team because it was just cheaper for travel. Like, I don't know if that's what the NBA is doing, is they're trying to save their shillings. I'm not sure what's going on out there, but the back-to-back situation, second game of a back-to-back on the road versus the same opponent, teams are just 19 and 23 against the spread. So it's happened. I got the stats for you guys. 19 and 23 is that team on the second leg of a back-to-back. The number in the favorite position, as the favorite, which are the Rockets, they're 10 and 9. So 19 and 23. In the favorite, they're 10 and 9. Not a huge edge. But if they won the last game, it moves all the way down to 6 and 8. So as you continue to kind of drill in, you'll start seeing out there, you got altitude, you got elevation. Let's not forget. And how about this? If you played at Utah back-to-back, it's happened 11 times. What's the impact on elevation? 2 and 9 in those games, in those 11 spots. So I think it's a good opportunity. 0 and 2 in those back-to-back situations. So maybe they had a day off in between, goes to 2 and 9, but 0 and 2 straight up if it's the second leg in the second day of a back-to-back with no rest. I'm not just going to say that because they're in the bounce-back position, but I thought it was interesting to quantify it and get some points on the situation and talk specifically about what the hell is going down. 2 games left for you guys here. Appreciate y'all tuning in and joining the show today. Make sure you smash the thumbs up if you haven't done so already. This is a tricky spot because what are we going to get from LeBron? Is Bron going to go out there? And we know at any given time, fucking Mr. Triple-Double himself's going to show up. So 69% of the bets and 60% of the cash have come in on the Lakers. A little bit of a differential on the Sun side of things here. And what do we have? Well, we might have another. We had 81% of the bets, 82% of the cash on the over. It's come down. Well, it's oscillated, I guess. There's 234s, there's 234 and a halves, there's 235s, and there's 235 and a halves. You decide how you want to play the total. I can't go anywhere near that thing. But I will say this. Probably we see LeBron play tonight. But what do we see from a revenge opportunity, right? We're going to try to find some of these fun little revenge spots. Saw it yesterday in the NFL. Sam Darnold. Or not Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold. Gets released by the Minnesota Vikings. And they go smack him. Players get motivated by revenge. They talked about it on the pregame spot yesterday. DeAndre Ayton's in the revenge situation. So, probably this is just a spot where the Suns win this game outright, but I wouldn't want to lay points with the Suns. I want the points in my back pocket. I don't like them as a favorite. And look, teams number 2 in the country or number 2 in the association at covering the spread. So for all those reasons, I'm going to take the Utah. I already got the Utah Jazz. I'm going to take the Phoenix Suns. Leaves us with one. And then there was one. And then there was the last game on the card. That is the Monday Night Football Battle Royale between the New York Giants and the New England Patriots. A lot of people talking about Jackson Shart coming back in this game. And they're saying Jackson Shart needs to learn how to slide because his fucking squash is getting Swiss cheese head. And, people got excited about the Jameis Winston saga and let Russ cook and everything else that's going on with it here. But this line opened at 7.5 was the look-ahead spot. This is important. 2 weeks ago, right, we want the first number that hits the street so that we can see how the reaction is being made. You can still get 7.5, but it came down to some 7s out there. 54% of the bets and 54% of the cash are on the Patriots. So think about the story that's being told. Jackson Shart's back. Their go-to guy. The Patriots are on fire right now. What have they won? 9 fucking games in a row? Unbelievable. Bills' window continuing to shrink by the day. Total's gone from 46.5 to 47.5 with 59% of the bets and 67% of the cash. They're expecting points. I suspect they're expecting points because once you shut down the run game and you make the New York Giants one-dimensional, all they got to do, they're going to just be throwing the ball all over the yard. Theo Johnson might be I'm just off the cuff. I'm going to look into him a little bit more. He might be my anytime touchdown scorer. Sorry, Nasty Nick. I don't think this is a Pat smash spot. Beat up me on my Eagles all we want. But the reality is Denver Broncos got exposed last night as frauds. That great defense. Well, they're fucking playing at altitude. So half your games at home, of course you got a great defense. When I say the Patriots defense are suspect and fraudulent, it's because they really haven't played anybody. Now, you can only play who's in front of you. I get it. But to sit there and give us 7.5 points, then when the starting quarterback comes through, the line actually goes down that half a point. It's just disrespect against a team that's played who? Right? With a high level of respect. Who have they played? You played Cincinnati. All right. You struggled, by the way. 26-20. You played the Jets. You almost struggled a little bit. 27-14. You played Tampa. You won 28-23. That was a bad travel spot for Tampa. Remember, they had to go on the road to Buffalo. Then they had to go out to the Rams. And you snuck out of there with a dog. You were a dog. I was on him. I like that spot. You played an Atlanta team. You barely got that shit Atlanta team. Michael Penix Jr., 24-23. I mean, look, and then Cleveland, 32-13. What are we talking about here? Meanwhile, the Giants, Detroit, Green Bay, Chicago, San Francisco, Philadelphia. Those are some tough teams. All playoff teams. Especially if the playoffs started today. And so now you're going to come at me with this record and say, well, look at how fucking great we are? I'm not buying it. Listen to this. Teams with a 6 or higher game winning streak against teams with a 6 or greater game losing streak. I talked to you guys last time about the magic of 5. They're 11-2 straight up. So yeah, do they probably win the game outright? I don't know. I'm not going to say the wrong team's favorite. I don't think that the Giants are fucking beat up too. But in this situation, 6 or more losing, 6 or more winning, 6 or more losing. They're 6-5 against the spread. Just 500. Here's the key. The average line, 10.5. Covering by 0.4. And the books made this line 7.5. And you're getting the starting quarterback back. I'm going to take the New York Giants in this case. I'm going to take the 7.5 points. I like the hook. Game probably ends in fucking 7 points anyways. So I'll take the Giants. I'll take the 7.5 points with the hook on there. Nasty Nate says, we beat 10 teams. Guess they were all shit. Nice cat. Pat's fucking smash. I just told you who you played. And I told you the circumstances and who you played them. Let's take the rose-colored glasses off, dude. I mean, yeah, should they go out there and whack them in the... Yeah, I get it. But you also got a big game coming up against Buffalo next week. Well, I guess you got the bye, and then you got the Bills coming up. So, yeah, I do like teams going into the bye more than teams coming out of the bye. I'll tell you this, regardless of the outcome of this game, they will get smashed by the Buffalo Bills on the 14th. Team coming out of a bye against a ferocious and hungry Buffalo Bills team. So look ahead, circle that spot out there. That's what we got for you guys. Hope everybody has a great night tonight. Join us at 7:45. We will be live in 35 minutes. Enjoy some Monday Night Football. Debate whether or not the Pats are going to smash. We're more afraid of the Jets than the Bills. Well, you better be afraid of the Bills. That's what I would say is you best be on your best behavior because Bills are looking for revenge and you smacked them in their mouth in their own barn. So, okay, that's going to do it, you guys. Have a great night. Good luck with your betting. Leave a comment after the show. Tell me if you like the segment, if you like the comment, if you like I was going to give you guys I gave you the rollover, right? No parlay today. I was going to parlay some player props. I'll do that tomorrow. We'll get back for it tomorrow. But I'll see you guys here later tonight. I'll have a same game parlay for you on the live show. Good luck with your action. I will see you guys.